Hey guys, so last week my friend Derek hosted a mini tournament with some of our friends that went to the same locals where we allowed Blazing Vortex cards. So this meant it was a good opportunity for me to test out Pot of Prosperity in Cyber Dragons, and I'll show you some replays involving this card. Also, Derek has a YouTube channel as well, so I'll link that in the description and you can check him out. So let's just quickly go over the changes in my deck list to account for the new pod card. Pretty much the same, but I had to take out a couple of hand traps, and I took out a Foolish Burial as well because while I really like the card, I figured the pod card serves as a better extender anyway, so I decided to cut it. I also ended up taking out the second overflow in the main because again, with the new pod card, I should be able to dig into it a bit deeper for the overflow if I so need it. I did decide to keep it at 42 cards still because since playing the Dragoon package, this number has worked fine for me. And now one thing is that with the new pod card in our deck, we have more bait now to use Cyframe Gear Gamma on our turn. So you could consider that as well, but right now I would say Gamma isn't so great. As for the cards that I banish off of pot, so far I've been selecting one of each of Nova and Infinity, and then Mechabell, Link Spider, Anima, and Zeus. And you'll see more of that in action soon, so let's just get to the replays. Alright, so for round 1 we are going up against Heroes, played by my friend Miguel. And Miguel is a very good hero player. He was actually on Team Sam's channel a year ago for a deck profile after doing well at Toronto Regionals. So now of course we are going second. Miguel is going to start off with the E-Call, add the Stratos. Use Stratos' effect, search for Ferris and add to hand. Then he's going to dump or pitch the Vion, specialty Ferris. Ferris will bring out the Increase into the Spell Trap zone, and Increase will tribute off the Stratos, and that's a misclick there, and bring out the Vion. And of course, Vion being special summon, he'll be able to mill or dump the Mali to deck, and then also he's going to banish the Vion so he can add a Polymerization to hand. Next, he is going to link off into Wonder Driver, activate Mass Change, go into Dark Law, which is a big kryptonite for Cyber Dragons because everything has to get banished, which means we can't go into Mega Fleet, we cannot use Soldier's effect, so he is definitely probably prioritizing Dark Law for this matchup. Next, he is going to banish the Mali, bring out another Mali, and then he links off into Cross Crusader, use that effect, bring out the Mali from grave, and then tribute that off, add the Adusted Gold from deck to hand. And he's just going to dump or pitch that Adusted Gold and add the Dark Calling. So he has that follow play to bring out Bane. He's going to set one more and looks like he's passing turn. For a turn, we do draw the Prosperity, so that's pretty nice. Now, of course, we did hard draw the Red Eyes Fusion, so we're just going to start off with that. And of course, it gets banished because of Dark Claw, and we get to bring out Dragoon. So we're actually just going to pop and burn Dark Claw, burn for 24. And because he took damage, Increase does come to the Spell and Trap zone. We're going to activate Emergency, and he is going to chain Mask Change. And to be honest with you, I really don't want another Dark Claw, so I do negate and destroy that with Dragoon. And we're going to add the Hurts off of Emergency. And then now he's going to tribute off the Cross Crusader with Increase. And Increase will just bring out another Increase and just kind of form a wall there. So I'm just going to pop one of them, burn again. And we'll just enter battle phase, attack over the other Increase. Main phase 2, now I'm going to use Pod Prosperity now, that way if I had played it earlier then he would only take half burn damage. So we're going to banish 6 cards from our extra deck, and I'll show you what that is later, and we're going to excavate the Ash, Panic, Core Ash, Hurts, and another Prosperity. So we're just going to add that Ash. It's kind of nice in this instance, we get to add a hand trap because we didn't really have anything else other than Dragoon. And so I'll just show you what I banished. It's the same that I mentioned earlier in the deck list. So Zeus, Link Spider, Anima, Mechabell, and then one of each of Nova Infinity. So we're just going to pass turn here. An opponent, or Miguel rather, he's going to activate Fusion Destiny, and we are going to Ash that. He chains Call by the Grave, but I decided to just negate that with Dragoon and pitch the Hurts. And of course with Hurts we can fetch that Cyber Dragon from deck to hand. And Dragoon is at 5,000 attack, keep that in mind. He's going to activate the Dark Calling he added last turn, bring out the Bane. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, so that's actually kind of problematic technically, but I do have the core, so it's fine. So for turn, we draw the Ash, doesn't matter. We're going to use the Core's effect, add the Repair Plant, and we're just going to add Jizakuru and plop that over and burn and attack for game. So we're going into game 2. So Miguel does choose to go first still for game 2. And we have the draw, so that's kind of nice. So he's going to start off the turn with pitching the Honest Neos to summon out Ferris. Ferris, of course, brings out that increase. An increase will tribute to Ferris and bring out the Vion. And then Vion's effect will dump that Mali. He's going to banish the Honest Neos, add the Polymerization to hand. And then I do Droll here, but I think at this point it doesn't make too big of an impact. So now he's going to use Polymerization to go into Adoration. And he's just going to set one and pass. So not the most intimidating board. So on Standby Phase, he actually has Eradicator Epidemic Virus. And he's going to tribute off that Adoration and call spells. So now that's pretty painful. So really, I don't have much of a play there, and I'm just gonna pass. Now for a turn, he's gonna activate Prohibition, and he calls Droll, and he's gonna banish the Mali, bring out another Mali, and then he's going to link off into Cross Crusader, bring out that Mali from grave, tribute that off, add the Shadow Mist, and then he's gonna summon the Solid Soldier, which allows him to special that Shadow Mist from hand, and Shadow Mist will fetch him that Mass Change. He's just going to enter battle, attack with Cross Crusader, Solid Soldier, and Shadow Mist. So I'm still alive, and he's going to set that Mass Change. Now for turn, I draw the red eye, so as a joke, I special it and attempt to enter battle, but no. We are going into game 3. So I do decide to go first here because I really don't like going against Darklaw, and this hand is kind of weird, no Cyber Dragon cards at all, but hey, Red Eyes, Dragoon, and Summon Limit, that's going to be pretty good. So we are going to successfully resolve that. Just set the Summon Limit and pass. Now he's going to start off with the Solid Soldier and special at the Celestial. I activate Summon Limit here, but Miguel has the red reboot. And it's funny, he knows my deck well, so he knows I play Summon Limit. And it's just funny that he sided red reboot just because of that, because I only have like 4 traps in my deck, post side. And yeah, he also managed to draw it, so that's pretty funny. So we're just going to set the Overflow. And he's going to go off with the Polymerization, bring out Adoration, and because of Solid Soldier's effect, he'll be able to bring the Mali from grave. And he's going to link off into Cross Crusader, use that effect. I can't let that go through, so I am going to negate and destroy that with Dragoon. He's going to banish the Mali to try to special from deck, but I'm just going to Ash that there. So he's going to enter battle, attack with Adoration, and in damage step, use Honest Neos to get over my Dragoon. So I don't have much going for me right now. But off the top, we do rip that Prosperity, so that's oh, I can't speak. Pot of Prosperity, there we go. Ash, Hertz, Ash, Core, Soldier, and Naxter. So we're just gonna add the Core. We're gonna put the rest. It should be to the bottom of the deck. I know I messed up there, and I'm kind of fixing that there. It doesn't really matter because I'm gonna search anyways. So we are going to summon the Core, and I decided to just stall for a turn, so I'm just gonna search the Emergency. Search another Core, hope that I survive, and try to do some more the next turn around. So for turn, now he top decks a Dusted Gold, so he's going to get that Dark Calling, and use that and bring out Bane. So now with Bane's effect, he's going to clear my monsters, gains 200 attack there, so attacks for a total of 6,000. Passes turn, and boom, we draw that Soldier, so stalling for a turn really worked out. So I'm just going to fast forward here, you know what's going to happen. With Core, we're going to get the Emergency, get the Hertz, so we're just doing our Galaxy Soldier Hertz combo. So add the second Soldier, bring that out, go into Nova, Nova's effect, and then we're just going to go into Infinity, suck up the Bane. We also have the Overflow that we can just pop the Adoration, so we do take the game there and take the match for round 1. Okay, so for round 2, we are going up against my friend who's playing Dinos. Now at the time, I didn't actually know he was playing Dinos for sure, but he did force me to go first, so I expected that was the case. And well, based on our hands, probably better that we were going first anyways. So we are going to search the Core, and I am a little greedy here by going for the Core, and of course it gets met with Gamma. If I search for something like Hertz, at least I would have been able to resolve the machine dupes, but realistically against Dinos, just Infinity and Dragoon probably won't do too much, especially since I would be losing the Red Eyes in hand. So he's going to start off the turn with the Extravagance, draw 2. He's going to use Fossil Dig and add the Misk to hand. Then he's going to pitch the Misk, banish it, special out the Archosaur. Archosaur effect, destroy the baby in hand, add the Double Evolution Pill, and baby will special out the Oviraptor. And Ovi will add another baby from deck to hand. Then he's going to normal the baby. Ovi's going to destroy that baby and bring out the other baby. And then of course baby brings out Misk. Then he's going to link off into Link Haribo. go into Lambda at this point. And he has the double evolution pill that he will use to bring out Tyranno, so it looks like he's trying to go for the game. And here I actually Droplet. Honestly, I wasn't really doing math. Again, it's just casual play, so I just pitched 2 because I'm like, well, maybe I'll have more than 2,000 life points and have a chance to resolve Anaconda if I can even get to that point. But unfortunately, I probably should have done the math, because even despite having 2 monsters, I was still at 1850, so it didn't really matter. So he's going to go into Dolka and pass turn. So we're going to try to use Core's effect. He has a Skullmeister. So I am just going to scoop there, and we are going into game 2. And of course, we get to go second this time around. So for opening hand, we do have the Prosperity and the Forbidden Droplet, so that will probably come very useful. Now he's going to start off with the Extravagance, draw 2, add the Misk, or rather OV, off of Fossil Dig. He's going to play Lost World, summon the OV, which gives me that Lost World token, and with the OV he's going to add the Petite. Next, he it was a little faster. He does pitch the Misk from hand, and then he was using OV's effect to target the Lost World token and instead destroy the baby in deck instead of the token, which then baby brings out the Misk. And then he's going to overlay into Dolka, banish the Misk, special out the Archosaur, destroy the baby in hand, get the double evolution pill, baby specials another baby. And then he links off into Link Karibo, goes into Secure Garna, plays double evolution pill, brings out the Pankatops, and then also specials out the UCT that he hard drew, so passes turn there. For turn we do draw a Ghost Spell, so this is looking not bad. So we're going to actually link off that token into Link Spider. This way we have another material to send for cost for Droplet, because we cannot use tokens for cost for Droplet since tokens can't be sent to Grave. So we're just going to Kaiju the Pankatops, because otherwise he'd be able to get it off the field even though the effect would not resolve if I were to use Droplet, for example. So with Droplet I'm going to send off the Link Spider and the Hertz. And we're going to add the Cyber Dragon. Oh, and with the Droplet, I negated Dolka and UCT, of course. We're going to activate Repair Plant, add the Core. So at this point, we're just going Anaconda Turbo. So we're going to special the Cyber Dragon, normal the Core, add the Emergency as a backup play. We're going to get rid of that Secure Garna, because he can protect from battle damage once per turn. And we're just going to go into Anaconda. So we are going to bring out the Dragoon. And I didn't activate Potter's Prosperity because, well, otherwise he would take half damage, right? And we didn't have to use it until this point. So with Dragoon, we're going to pop the UCT and the Jizukuru, burn for 68. The Dolka is right now half attack, and with the Lost World, you know, we both lose 500 attack, but it's fine. It's still enough for game, so we are going into game 3. And of course, I am forced to go first here for game 3, but we have a pretty busted hand with Prosperity, Lancia Ash, and a Machine Dupe target with the dupe. So it's gonna look pretty good here. We're gonna just bring out the 2 Cyber Dragons. I guess I should just fast forward here because it's standard. Just use Nova Spec, bring the Hertz, Infinity. With the Hertz, we'll add another Cyber Dragon from deck to hand. We'll use Anaconda's effect now, bring out the Dragoon. And now we can use Pot of Prosperity. We're just looking for that summon limit at this point. That's like the finishing touch. So we Excavate Overflow, Machine Dupe, Cyclone, Cyber Emergency, Ghost Spell, and the final card is a summon limit. So we are looking very good here. The pot is coming very clutch. The remaining cards we're of course just going to put it in the bottom. And now we have Lancia, Ash, Infinity, Dragoon, and summon limit going first for Cyber Dragons. Just too good. Infinity will suck up that Anaconda, set the summon limit and pass. Standby, we're going to use the Lancia. He does have call though, but we will just negate that. And looks like our opponent just scoops because there's no way I also have the Ash, and it's just too much for him. So we do take round 2 there and move on to the final round. And so for our final round in our small mini tournament, we're playing against my friend Gabe, who is playing Dogmatika Invoked, Eldlich. And for this one, I'm only going to show you game 1 because the games 2 and 3, I just don't draw a pot. And I do lose this match, so you can watch the full replay on Derek's channel instead. So I'll just show you this first game. So he's going to start off with the Nadir Servant, which we can use Ghost Spell to negate. And looks like he's just going to set 2 and pass. So our hand is looking quite terrible. We're going to set just 1 droplet and pass turn. He's going to activate the Conquistador and start his turn. He also plays Pot of Prosperity, I guess. So he's going to banish the 6. And looks like he mills or excavates Nadir Servant, Conquistador, Eldland, Sanguine, Nibiru, and another Eldland. So he's going to add the Nadir Servant to hand and put the remaining to the bottom of the deck. He's going to activate that, of course, send the Elder Entity Entis and add the Ecclesia. Entis will pop my back row. He's going to summon the Ecclesia, add the Maximus, and enter battle and attack for a little bit. Then he's going to special out the Maximus, use that effect, sends the Ash Dragon and App Cologne, and I'll be able to send the Nova and the Link Spider. So with Nova, we'll be able to bring out the Mechaba. He's going to add the Schism and discard the Bell, and he sets presumably the Schism in an end phase. He does try to use Ash Dragon, which I do negate with Mechaba and banish that. So for turn, we draw that Prosperity. So we're going to banish 6, and this time around, because I had already used Nova, Link Spider, and Mechaba is also on the field, I had to actually banish. I'll show you here actually. I ended up just banishing the Rampage, Mega Fleet, and Fortress, which I didn't want to have to banish the Rampage, but I really needed to make sure I dig for 6 so that I have the target for Machine Dupe. So we're gonna excavate some cards here, and I decided to get greedy. I'm just gonna go for the emergency so we can search for the core because, well, he didn't ash it, so I figured I'm probably safe and be able to search the core. So we are going to activate emergency, add that core, it does resolve. And we're going to use core, search for that rev system for some recovery play. We're going to use Machine Dupe, bring out the 2 Cyber Dragons. Go into Nova. Now here, I could have just went into Infinity. Honestly, it would have been the safer choice, and I'm just totally disrespecting Nibiru here. So I'm going to use Nova's effect, bring out the core. And I do get Nibiru here. Honestly, like, I could have played this way safer and smarter, but again, it is just casual play. I was just kind of going off without taking any kind of precaution, so I unfortunately do get punished really bad here and get a big Nibiru token. So we're just going to use the ref system, use Machine Dupe, bring out 1 more Cyber Dragon, and we're just going to go into Anaconda, activate effect, bring out Red Eyes Fusion, or send Red Eyes Fusion rather, bring out the Dragoon, and remember, he does only take half damage because I used Prosperity, so he only takes 1500 in burn damage, and a little bit more with the attacks, and I just passed turn there. So he's gonna banish the Conquistador and set the Scarlet Sanguine at the end of my turn, and for turn, he will just set another one and pass. So now, I'm trying to use Anaconda's effect again and try to use 4 materials for Rampage, and then pop all of his back row, but of course, dumb as me, I forgot that I actually banished Rampage off of this Prosperity, so that's something I'm not used to, and of course, I don't usually banish the Rampage, but in this matchup, because of the Link Spider and Mechaba and all that being used already, I didn't have enough targets, but it's okay, because we're just going to enter battle with this massive token, I don't know, 80,000 attack. He does use Sanguine, and we're going to use Ghost Bell, and Gabe does concede here. And again, I'm not going to show games 2 and 3 because it didn't involve Pot of Prosperity, and you can just check that full replay out on Derek's channel instead. So that's it for some gameplay involving Pot of Prosperity and Cyber Dragons. Overall, I actually really liked it so far in my limited testing. The pros are that, of course, it helps us get that missing piece that can be the difference in making us explode, like for example excavating into our Machine Dupe target, and helps with our consistency. And when we're forced or intentionally choose to go first, that's where this card really shines for us because it helps you draw into your side cards like Summon Limit for my example. And now as for cons, of course, banishing 6 cards in your extra deck can impact your grind and recovery game. For example, since I banished the Link Spider and Mechaba, that means when I get Nibiru'd, it could potentially make things rougher. And the half damage part can also be a hindrance too as well, of course, but the good thing is that you don't have to play Prosperity at the start of the main phase like Extravagance, so you can at least do full burn damage with Dragoon first, for example. And for now, I wouldn't say that it's a 100% thing that you should play it in Cyber Dragons, but it's definitely worth testing it out at least, so go try it out and see where it goes. Anyways guys, that's it for me. Take care.